Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome back to our story, Tripping Over the Lunch Lady. We are on Unit 4, Week 2, Day 3. We are going to finish reading the second half of our story today. I want you to see if your prediction of what you thought would happen is correct or if it was incorrect. And I'll post a little comment box below this video on the discussion board so that you can let me know, was your prediction correct or not? So let's start reading. I thought we'd be dancing by now, but days after my meeting with Mr. DeMeister, we're still on a trampoline that decided a long time ago it didn't like me. Evil is what it is, evil. And it won't even take pity on my poor classmates who have to keep catching me and throwing me back on it. Mr. DeMeister keeps yelling, "Spot Jinx! Spot Jinx!" I'm feeling like a clumsy Dalmatian with all the spot jinx going on. And I'm thinking how happy I'd be if my 2 feet were safely planted on the wooden floor, promenading down the court. Square dancing would save me. I'd be the world's best square dancer. Maybe I could even stop wars and hunger with square dancing. I'd go to other countries and dance with my square dance group that would not include any of the people who back away when I use a fork in the lunchroom or have their arms stretched out to catch me when I'm going down the stairs to art class. Maybe I'd get some award for ending unhappiness in the world by spreading square dance love all over the planet. Maybe I'd just like to change the whole wide world. Spot Jinx! And maybe I'll do that after I come back from the nurse's office. I don't really want to square dance Jinx. Victoria is my best friend, and I was counting on her to help me in the gym square dance campaign. Anyway, she's a good dancer and hasn't broken Mr. DeMeister's nose. Come on, Vic. You have to be on this with me. I'm sick of dodgeball and volleyball. I broke half the gym windows and knocked out 2 people before Mr. DeMeister sat me on the bench to watch the clock. I still don't want to square dance, Jinx. We'll look stupid. The boys won't do it, and the girls will end up dancing together with the boys laughing at us. Victoria pulls her braids back and blows a big bubble. Senora Smith comes over and taps her on the shoulder. No gum in Spanish class. How can you learn a new language with super bubble in your mouth? When Vic swallows the gum, Senora Smith makes a face and goes back to teaching us how to ask for a bathroom in Spanish. So what if they laugh? It'll be fun. Our feet will be on the ground and there won't be any round, hard balls to knock anybody down or break anything. Help me out. This could be great. My best friend forever, Vic will be. She's going to gym during our free period to practice with me. We'll be square dance champions of the world when we finish square dancing forever. I'll be carrying Vic's, I'll turn the page for you guys. Now let's start. I'll be carrying Vic's books for a few weeks to class for her. Her foot is pretty cool though. Bright purple, and she let me draw orange daisies all over it already. Uh-oh, Vic's foot is in a cast. What do you think that means? Something happened when they were square dancing. Everybody is so nosy in this school. Within minutes, everyone knew that we were square dancing under the basketball hoop when the broken foot thing happened. You'd pretty much think that would change my mind about square dancing, except technically, it was Vic's fault. We were doing just fine until she thought she heard people coming through the gym doors and turned to run. Her feet got twisted up with mine. I still feel bad for her though. Oh, to be a square dancer, but I've got a plan. I printed out 500 flyers that say Square Dance Mania and taped them up all over the school to get people talking. But the next day, everybody just looked confused when they read them, including Mr. DeMeister, who just shook his head and stared at me. And it didn't do anything to keep my feet from flying underneath me and the trampoline from smacking me in the face. I'm so used to the trampoline face by now. I dreamed last night that all of Warren Harding Elementary School was square dancing through the streets. Everybody swung their partner's do-si-do, all made right to the corners. Then we all joined hands and circled to the left. When I woke up, I was laying on the floor with a sore arm, probably from swinging my partners in my sleep. I guess my dreams of being a gym class hero and square dancing are pretty much squashed since now the whole school knows how Vic's foot got broken. I spent the whole gym class with all of my friends and enemies skipping around me until Mr. DeMeister says, the next person to skip around Jinx is running 100 laps. Bounce, bounce, bounce on the evil trampoline. My mom says to give it up. My dad just laughs. My little sister sticks her tongue out at me and calls me doofus. So I've been thinking, maybe square dancing isn't the thing. Maybe I can bring peace to the world and less bruises to myself with something else. Maybe jumping rope or jacks in the gym might be okay. But then, in gym, Mr. Meister says he wants to see me after class. What's that about? It's been a couple days since I hurt anybody, and the nurse even stopped me in the hall today to ask if I've been absent. Anyway, in the end, I don't get to talk with Mr. Meister because he's too busy getting some kid out of the basketball hoop who keeps yelling, "It was just a bet, it was just a bet." I ate all my lunch today because word got around that we didn't have the trampoline in gym class. I usually don't eat much on gym days, not since the real bad tuna casserole day that my stomach just couldn't take. Of course, there was also the unfortunate incident where I tripped over the lunch lady and landed in the sloppy joes, but let's not get into that. Anyway, only saltines on gym day. That's my rule. But what happened today was better than no trampoline. It was better than no dodgeball or volleyball. It was better than no field trip to ice skating world or the rock climbing wall at the wellness center. The only thing better than none of these things was no Mr. Meister taking us to all of those places. Story is he had a nasty fishing accident over the weekend and he won't be back for a couple of weeks. It's better than Halloween and summer vacation all rolled up in one. It's better than 3 desserts and no curfew. It's better than a water main break in school or a snow day that lasts a week. What's really great is that there isn't a sub either. We all get to go to study groups, no sub gym teacher to carry on the evil trampoline. Life is good until I find out it's a lie in 5th period and I'm going to have to dress and head out onto the gym floor like every day before with the substitute teacher who will follow all the lesson plans that Mr. Meister left behind. Vic, whose foot is still healing, limps out beside me. Sorry, Jinx, I know you were counting on study group. Yeah, I was, but I'll be all right. I've flown off the trampoline before. At least this teacher hasn't seen me do it before. But then I begin to hear something. It started low as I got closer to the gym door, then I heard it a little louder. I moved quicker than I ever had getting to gym class. So at the bottom of page 64, Jinx gets excited. We can see it in the picture and what we read. What can you predict might be happening in the gym? The substitute teacher is playing square dancing music, right? So what do you want to find out as you continue to read? I want to find out if Jinx gets to square dance and if she hurts herself or if she's a square dancing pro like she wants to be. Let's keep reading. There was music coming out of gym. There was music coming out of my gym class. It was square dance music coming out of the gym class. And beside the boombox playing that music was a bright, shiny new gym teacher who had never gotten her nose broken by me. Everything was going to be different. That little accident with Vic didn't mean anything. I'd be the 5th grade champ of the world. Just me, all by myself. All I could do was smile as the substitute explained how we were to line up and which hands we had to grab of each other's to dance. I don't even remember her name, this wonderful teacher who brought square dancing to us. She started the music up again and everybody started moving to the words she called out. All I remember is Josh running at me to swing me around. In a few minutes, I didn't remember anything for a while. Uh-oh. What do you think happened? I think maybe Jinx got hurt, or do you think maybe Josh got hurt? I'm thinking Jinx because it says she didn't remember anything for a while. Let's see. They say I have a concussion and a sprained ankle. Josh only got a big bruise on his forehead. So both of them got hurt. Jinx just got hurt a little bit worse. I had to stay in the hospital for 2 days. I've had a lot of visitors though. Most of my gym class came the second day and brought square dance music for me. The nurses weren't happy. I even got a visit from Mr. Meister, who was on the 3rd floor and wheeled himself down to visit me. He smiled when he rolled himself into my room and heard the music. I thought you had a concussion, kid, he said, looking at my bandaged foot. I shrugged. How did you get hurt fishing? He shrugged back. I didn't know my reel would snap. I must have broken it somehow and not known it. Anyway, I was reeling in a big one, and out of the boat I went. Just a few ribs and some cuts, a concussion and a collapsed lung, but I'm okay. Oh no, a broken reel? Nah. So, how was it? How was what? I say. The square dancing. I called the substitute to suggest it. I take it you were the only one left the music in my office. Oh yeah, that was me. Well, it looks like you missed the square dancing. Sorry, I thought you'd be safe from the trampoline while I was gone. Mr. Demeister, I didn't get here because of the trampoline. The look on poor Mr. Demeister's face made me laugh so hard I almost fell out of the bed. The nurse came in and said she thought I'd had enough visitors, but I kept laughing because I knew then that I was never going to be a square dance champion. So what else could I do but laugh? So why does Mr. Demeister think that Jinx missed the square dancing class? That's right. On page 67, we read that Mr. Demeister thought that Jinx would be safe from the trampoline while he was gone. He thinks that Jinx fell off the trampoline again and wouldn't have had the chance to go to the square dancing class. But in reality, she got hurt while she was square dancing. Alrighty, guys, that is all for today. Remember, in the comment box below, tell me if your prediction was correct from yesterday or not, and I will see you back tomorrow.